Good morning and welcome to vlog number 3. A little bit of a story time. Well, I'll do what today is first. Today we are going to, I'm going to go to a farmer's market, kind of check that out, possibly go hiking later, and then, I don't know what else. But okay, story time. So, for this camping trip, I borrowed my uncle's minivan, right? It's a decent car. The problem is, sorry about that, realized I had forgotten something at the campsite and had to run back and get it. And then I realized that it was in the car already, so a little bit of a mishap there. Back to story time, however. Borrowing my uncle's car because we needed, I needed space for clothes and things like that. And the cars that I normally drive, A, didn't have the space, or B, didn't have as good gas mileage. Which, I mean, this car is great for gas mileage, but it is the most gutless car I have ever driven. It's a little Kia 2008, maybe? And oh my gosh, you put your foot down, it waits for a good 50 seconds, and then goes, oh, I'm a car, I'm supposed to accelerate. That's right. It's the most stupid thing I have ever driven. I can show you here in just a second. It doesn't sound bad. I mean, it's a V6 engine, so it's not terrible. But the acceleration is crap. Ready? Foot all the way down. It's so bad. It's so bad. That's all the way down. And now to the speed limit. Wow. Even the diesel truck that I normally drive is better than that. And I mean, this car sounds decent, which is terrible because it's not. It needs some serious readjustments in the engine. Not to mention, it wobbles when you accelerate. You can't really see it, okay. But the whole car shakes. It like shakes. I think it's the brakes are a little off, so they may need to be replaced, and then the wheel alignment might be a little bit off as well. But it's really, really bad. It's really bad. So, yeah, there's a story time for today. It's pretty bad. Other news, once again, stunning landscape. Like, okay, I'm sure it's kind of plain for some people. Oh, let me switch the camera. Sure, it's pretty plain for some people, especially if they live in this area or a similar, like, landscape. But being born and raised in Washington, Western Washington specifically, where the trees are tall enough that you can't see long distances and you can't see the mountains as clearly, this is just gorgeous. And oh, I can't get over it. And the sunsets, which is something you never get to see in Western Washington unless you're at the beach, because the mountains are in the way. It's, oh my goodness, I love it so much. I have the song Don't Worry, Be Happy, you know, I got the little song I wrote, I'm gonna sing it not by now, don't worry, be happy. That song, it's stuck in my head so bad, and it's so frustrating because that's the only line I know of the entire song, and it's just looping in my head. Oh my gosh, it's one of the most irritating things in the world, is when it's just stuck in there and continuously looping. Oh, so frustrating. That sign right behind there says Bozeman Inn, welcome, great rates. But the moment I saw it, I seriously wanted to steal the E off of rates, so it just said welcome, great rats. I thought that would be so funny. Update, there is in fact no farmer's market today, and the person who told me there was is actually incorrect. So yeah, but apparently there were other people who thought there was a farmer's market today, because a couple of other people were asking, trying to figure out where it was. So at least I'm not the only one who is massively incorrect. Apparently people have been showing up and asking these people who are working the parking lot, where's the farmer's market, and they've just had to answer them there actually isn't. Yeah, so update, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing next. I think, well, I don't know. I will let you guys know as soon as I find out. Yeah. Bye-bye. To be in that lane over there, and I'm currently in this lane. So I'm hopefully, if this car doesn't totally screw me over with its gutlessness, going to be able to... Let's see. Let's see. Yes. Good. Whew. Thankfully that guy didn't accelerate too hard. Yeah, so I was really worried it was just gonna be nothing. The shaking I was telling you about earlier. So I put it all the way down. The whole car just starts shaking. You can't really see it. It's really bad. It's really bad. Not dangerously so, but it's definitely not nice. We're going to be stopping in at Costco, getting some fuel, maybe some food, I don't know yet, and then possibly going to a museum that they have here in town of like the history of computers and computer science, which might be cool or might be super not cool. So we'll have to see. Is one of the most ugly looking cars I've ever seen, especially in that weird like crap brown that it is. Anyone, buy a Scion, but then further than that, buy it in like this crap brown color. It's I can't understand their thinking. Like, oh yes, I'll buy a super ugly looking car that's made by a, I think, Asian company. I think it's Asian. I think Scion is Asian. Could be wrong. Not being racist. But a super ugly little Scion, and I'll get it, oh I know, in crap brown. Brilliant. How have I not become an evil scientist yet? Oh my goodness. There's Costco, but before I go in, I'm gonna put on sunscreen because I am so white. I have some Irish skin in me, well, some Irish descent, and because of that I have very pale skin, though I do have freckles as well. I'm not sure. Yeah, I've got freckles, which is awesome. Love freckles. But I also have very white skin. I mean, look at my leg. See that? My arm, thankfully, has tanned some this summer, but I still need to, like, drown myself in sunscreen. It's so bad. As much as I hate putting on sunscreen, it's so much better than burning. One time, I was using spray on sunscreen, and I tried putting it on my back, right? And I thought, okay, I've probably got it. I apparently only covered a small portion of my back, because after I had gotten home from the beach, which is where I was going, my back was terribly burned, but it wasn't like a uniform burn. It was splotchy and like I'd have portions of white skin and then red, like really bad burn, almost second-degree burn, and then white, and then like it was so bad. I looked like a map. Like there was whole splotches of white, which looked like the continents, and then red, which was the oceans. So sunscreen, as much as I hate it, it's worth it. So the next couple of scenes while I'm in Costco, I'm being kind of quiet because I kept getting kind of weird looks as I was talking at my phone. So I was being kind of quieter. So I've done my best to kind of raise up the volume of them, but I'm just gonna have to do what I can. It's not great. In future, I'll know I'll have to be a little bit louder.
I love how they've got like a psychiatrist chair right here. Like, and how does that make you feel? It is ripped, you're right. I wonder if this is where psychiatrists come to get their chairs. Is there like an event, like the psychiatrists all just come on one day and purchase all of the chairs they need for the rest of the year? Just all of them.
Why not?
Don't see back in Washington. Spam. People are way too health conscious. Of course, it'd be in Montana Costco. Huge body, tiny arms. So, in the 1940s in Montana would look like.
So, it's like pie.
Yeah.
So, is this like Nana's time?
So this is number 1.
Yeah, when Nana was there. Oldsmobile, look at that.
Yeah.
All leather seats on the inside, the wood trim, the massive wagon cart tires. The springs on the front when it hits something.
Yeah.
So man, this gun
So interesting.
fired that bullet. It would go in through the side there, you'd pump it, and then pull the trigger and boom. So cool.
You could do 2.
These are like the quintessential cowboy rifles.
Yeah.
Wagon, it kind of looks like a submarine.
It does.
Like there's the hatch, and then there's the main body of the submarine, like it's being shipped off somewhere. Thesaurus. Weird. That's so cool. I mean, look at the like red and gold.
Wow.
Wonder what it actually looked like originally.
I think I know what it looks
Cool.
like.
What would you rate it out of 10? 10 out of 10?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, it was really, really good. I definitely would suggest to anyone if they wanted to come to Montana to visit the Museum of the Rockies. I really didn't segue it well earlier, but instead of going to the Rockies, or instead of going to the Computer Science Museum, we went to the Museum of the Rockies, which was really good. And as I said earlier, I would suggest it to anyone. Really, really good. I also know that today has kind of been just like a driving vlog. It's not moto vlog, because that's on motorcycles. Whatever, car vlog, whatever you want to call it. But this was, I've done a lot of driving today, so that's pretty much the only time I had to vlog. So that's how it turned out. Honestly though, a lot of my vlogs will be in the car. I really enjoy driving, and it's a good time for me to kind of brain dump. So a lot of talking will happen while I'm in the car. It just is going to turn out like that. Yeah, so just finished up with church. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much going to be the rest of my day. I'll probably touch base again with y'all after I, during editing. Tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to have an intro because I'm getting up kind of early to drive out to a church where my cousin is being baptized, which was part of the reason for this whole trip in the first place. So I don't know how much I'll be able to film tomorrow. And then Monday is driving. Monday and Tuesday are both driving back to Seattle. So. Alright, just finished editing. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow.